Freaker and
Anthony Flannery, car number 25, Connecticut, starts 20th of the grid from East Hampton, Mass.
Starting 21st, it is going to be the Westminster, Massachusetts youngster, Sammy Bravo, and the R.A. Powell Construction, Richard, the Coca Chevrolet.
Car number 12 will be up next. The driver of that car, Rob Rishardi Jr., out of Taunton, Mass.
Next, it's car number 50, 23rd on the field out of Westport, Massachusetts. It is Carl Medeiros Jr. in the R&M Precision Machine, Woodward's Auto Parts Chevrolet.
Industrial Technical Service, Benton Family Ford Dealers, car number 77, Matt Mead.
And car number 22 will bring up the field, the tail end, and the final starting spot, number 25 on the grid. One-time racing veteran out of East Hampton, Massachusetts, Rory Seidel Jr. in the Golden Goose Enterprises Chevrolet. That's your starting lineup for tonight's 80-lap main event here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. First of two appearances here in 2017 for the Volunteer Modified Racing Series.
Lights are off on the safety vehicle at the point. They head into turn number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's showtime for the Volante Modified Racing Series from the Stafford Motor Speedway. Field looks racy off turn number 4. Give them a wave now as they work their way by. Give them a send-off for tonight's main event for the Volante Modified Race Series.
David Etheridge looking for his first win with the Volunteer Modified Racing Series. Brings them to green from that number 1 starting spot. And of course, Rowan Pennick is right alongside. And Pennick certainly is no stranger to victory lane here with this series. He has 2 wins to his credit in the Gary Casella Roscoe Racing number 25.
Richard Savory said it best during the week. The guys that run here at Stafford all the time have definitely the home court advantage. For a competitor like Rowan Pennick, that is exactly what he has. Woody Pitcat, the same can be said there. Ladies and gentlemen, David Etheridge and Rowan Pennick side by side. Here's John Spence with the call.
And John Spence Jr. throws the green flag on the field, ascending this field down into turn number 1. And we are officially underway in this 80-lap event. Off the corner, Etheridge leads them down the back straightaway.
Etheridge out in front. Meanwhile, all of a sudden, making some noise, working his way in the outside lane. Kid Rock, Keith Rocco, goes from the high line to the inside line. Here comes Woody Pitcat with car 52.
And alongside on the outside, a surprising move here for car number 17, Donnie Lashaw, the Canaan, New Hampshire veteran, mixing it up here with the guns in the early going.
Certainly does. Dylan Kopech right there with him as they rumble off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Rocco glued to the back bumper of Pennick. It almost looks like the SKs, but this is the Volante Modified Racing Series. Good for second, turn 3.
It'll be worthy to keep an eye on car number 92. He had a great 2016 season with this series, and he is in right tight behind the M6 car. And of course, we're speaking of Anthony Nocella in that number 92.
Nocella looks racy at the back of the point of the field. All of a sudden, here comes Les Hinckley. Hinckley has moved in to the bottom of the top 10. Keep your eyes on him. He's going to be a noisemaker soon in this event. Meanwhile, Woody Pitcat trying to shake off Donnie Lashaway. Can't do it now. That's the battle for the 5th spot, John, and a good battle right there.
4 laps into the books. Ready to come around and complete lap number 5 is still Etheridge is sitting atop the pack here. And right behind is Rowan Pennick in second spot in car number 25.
Rowan Pennick still looks very strong. Meanwhile, competitors that are threading the needle to get to the top 10 include Savory. Look at Keith Rocco up on the wheel. Goes to the outside in turn 3. Usually, Keith Rocco likes the bottom. Now he's going to go forward in the outside lane. They're wheel to wheel for seconds.
Looking back through, drivers on the move. Richard Savory's on the roll in car number 99. He comes right up behind Johnny Kay. And look at Les Hinckley. You pointed that out a couple of laps ago, Ben. He's up behind Willis Jr. in turn number 3. That bright yellow 06. Keep an eye on the second generation shoe.
There's no question about it. As you look back towards the front of the field, Keith Rocco. David Etheridge started his racing career right here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. There's the patented Keith Rocco move. Inside, Etheridge slams the door. There's no room at the end this time. Those reservations were canceled.
Certainly were, and Etheridge does a nice job to maintain top spot, headed down the front straightaway into the corners. Still holding on to that number 3 position is Pennick. But look at Woody Pitcat all over, looks slow, going coming into turn number 3. Settles right in behind the 25, and he's challenging for the number 3 position.
It is Woody Pitcat's home turf here in Stafford. He was the big dog and the king. He makes his presence known in the 4th spot. Well, all that's been happening. Another mover and the shaker is the number 92 machine of Anthony Norsella. Started 8th on the grid, and Anthony Norsella is already showing the signs that he's going to be a contender. Right, 10 of the 80 laps are complete.
Absolutely. Donnie Lashley is still solid in 5th spot. That's a nice run for the veteran from New Hampshire as he is holding on to that position. Now look at this as Johnny Case to the inside of car number 4, Gallup. And right behind is Les Hinkley on the move.
Hinkley makes his presence known, car number 06. It's been quite a while since he's come back to Stafford, but he is a veteran and one of the best short track drivers in the country. Off the turn. Back off turn number 4, the leader is Kid Rock, Keith Rocco. Etheridge, the early leader of the event, 2 leaders in 12 circuits. Still in 3rd is Pennick, 4th spot is Pitcat, 5th is Lashaway, 6th is Kopech, 7th is Anthony Norsella, and Richard Savory is up to the 8th spot, followed by Johnny Kay in 9th, Willis in 10th, and then it's Les Hinkley just out of the top 10.
It really comes as no surprise that Rocco was leading this in the early going. He was extremely fast here in the 2 practice sessions this afternoon. Etheridge is solid in 2nd spot. Pennick and Woody Pitcat is running in the 4th position in car number 52. It is still Donnie Lashley in 5th spot. And then you've got Kopech in 6th. The 7th is Norsella. And the number 99 car, Richard Savory, running in 8th.
Look at Anthony Norsella. He just made a move down underneath Dylan Kopech, and that will give him position number 6th. So moving forward, Anthony Norsella, that was a brand new race car, John, at the start of this season. They were kind of disappointed in the first outing with it, but it's not going to be disappointing at all here tonight as he is turning some heads. A little further back, Richard Savory. He was involved in a jingle in his qualifying round, but they've worked on that race car. That is a brand new race car for that team as well.
Absolutely. And standing back, you've got Mike Lewis Jr. and Les Hinkley. They have gone by Johnny Kay, so they've moved up a couple of notches here in the early stages. 17 laps completed in this 80-lap go.
Things start to settle in, but still at the point, it's Keith Rocco, the leader of the pack. David Etheridge, the only other leader in 17 circuit sets in 2nd. Rowan Pennick is there. That's the brand new Roscoe Racing car, sitting in the 3rd spot, and then Woody Pitcat. Now, Pitcat is one of those drivers that knows how to pace himself at this racetrack, so you'll see him come on strong later in the event. And now, Norsella has closed up the gap on Donnie Lashaway, but Lashaway is turning in the run of his career here in Stafford.
I agree with that. This has been a strong run right since the drop of the green flag to get this thing going. Very impressive run so far. Jack Bateman's going to be pleased with the way car number 17 is running.
Savory now working over Dylan Kopech. Look at Richard Savory. Turn 3, John.
Yeah.
Slingshot move. The color silver like a silver bullet. Just made the move on the money-colored car of Dylan Kopech.
Some of the great names in New England Auto Racing. Joey Carafas up here in the grandstands. The spotter for car number 99. And right now, Savory is indeed on the move.
Further back in the field, a battle going on, the 85 machine, and that's Jeff Rocco. That car, the transporter broke down coming to the Speedway, had no practice on the race car. And now, look at Norsella, down underneath, Lashaway, off turn number 4. They cling and they clang, we've got a caution. A spin underneath the Laser 99 billboard. It's the new race director for the 2017 season. Comes with a lot of knowledge from the Seekonk Speedway before joining the series.
We welcome Corey Boudreau, who is manning the headsets over in the tower. He's the race director for 2017. Taking over for Tim Bennett, who we hated to see leave. Tim decided for personal reasons to step down after the 2016 season. Very accomplished flagman, flagmen, I should say, and one of the best in the business. And as I say, we We really hated to see Tim step down, but we're very happy to get a guy with the qualifications of Corey Boudreau, who served in that same capacity as Seekonk Speedway last year. Green flag's back on the Speedway bench.
A picture-perfect start, and David Etheridge shows it was no fluke that he led for the first 11. But he's no match for Keith Rocco. Woody Pitcat, I told you he's been saving something, and I think the surprise might be Anthony Nocella in this event.
But keep an eye on Les Hinckley. Hinckley is on the go. Down the straightaway into the turn as he races on the outside of Donnie Lashawa. Quick off two. Nerf bar to nerf bar and wheel to wheel heading into turn number 3. They're nose to tail in front of him. That's your side-by-side battle. It is between Lashawa and Hinckley.
They come off the turn like a snake in a voodoo dance as they work their magic off turn number 2. Here comes Pitcat again. Tries it underneath Etheridge. It doesn't work there at all. And all of a sudden, car number 85, the Purple Easter Bunny Special, has moved into the bottom of the top 10. Good run for Jeff Rocco.
Got some good racing going on down through that line, too, Ben. Very competitive. The 99 car, Richard Savory, did get by Les Hinckley, so he now is setting his sights on Donnie Lashawa. Keep an eye on Savory.
Well, they run nose to tail. Good racing further back in the field. Matt Mead is struggling at the bottom of the top 20. Here comes Etheridge, making a bid for it. Down low to the inside. Doesn't happen right there. Pulls it back into line. They come off the turn like a conga line. Everybody sidestepping each other to try to find an open spot on the racetrack.
But Rocco getting in that thing for the first time here this afternoon, and late, mind you. Didn't get any practice time because of a problem on the way down here for the race team. Right now, he's putting pressure to Les Hinckley down the front straightaway, and as Ben said, keep an eye on that purple number 85.
You know, Donnie Barker, along with Bob Keaton and Kevin Stewart, they create the magic for that car. Now look at Savory. He's testing the waters. He made a move down underneath Donnie Lashaway, and Lashaway closed the door rather abruptly in that situation. Not over with yet for the lead. Keith Rocco, still the leader of the pack, and just a few minutes ago, Les Hinckley, who looked so strong, all of a sudden, it seems that he's starting to slow just a bit. Maybe his tires are going away.
This has not been a romp for Keith Rocco. He has been dogged by the 25 and the 34, and they continue to pursue him down the back straightaway. Now Woody is solid in 4th spot as he comes up behind Etheridge, and right behind him, we've got a good close coming from the 92 here. Nocella, he's closing on the back end of Pitcat.
Look at the bottom of the top 10. Johnny Kay, who comes from Florida Trouble Out. We've got a spin. It is between turns 3 and 4.
I know a lot of people are really happy for them, how quick they learn how to do that, because we're heading up to New Hampshire Motor Speedway on the 1st of July.
Sure are, and it's going to be one of the biggest paydays for the history of this division of race cars. Everybody's pumped up and excited to see these cars run on the Super Speedway of the North. Rob Ricciardi Jr., new number for him this year, the number 12 on the race car. He has also been very consistent and strong. Tonight, he's been in and out of pit road for a minor chassis adjustment, but now it looks like we're going to double him up. Yellow flag still remains out. Car number 21 coming off from pit road for Kyle James. So now if Rowan Pennick has been saving anything, Keith Rocco has a few tricks still up his sleeve. No question about that. Roy Seidel had a problem with the clutch earlier today. Thought he wasn't going to be able to start. Nice guy, little guy in the sport who has a true passion for modified racing.
Certainly does. Overcame some serious health problems a couple of years ago and didn't want too far away from this sport. He came back to the sport that he dearly loves. He's really a gentleman. He's a fun guy to be around, and we're happy to have him a part of the series.
Okay, John Spence Jr. checking with race control. There's the clench flags and pointing at the men in the front row. John Spence Jr. is a powerhouse on the starter stand. Highly respected as one of the very best in the business. He's a showman. And,
He's a throwback.
yes, absolutely is.
The way it used to be.
Yep.
I don't know where it came from, but he's a throwback.
Okay, let's see. We are 30 of 80. The distance, what makes the Valente Modified Racing Series such a great event here at Stafford, it is the original distance that everybody loves on a half
Yes,
mile.
it is. Sizzler style, remember?
You bet. Here they come.
Green flag's back on the Speedway. Let's see how this plays out, Stafford fans, as they go into the corner. And Keith has got a ton of pressure coming from Pennick, who gets a good run off of turn 2, and Woody goes along for the ride.
He sure does. Woody Pitcat becomes the tail that wags the dog there. Meanwhile, Savory is up on the wheel on the outside of Anthony Nocella. That is the battle for the 5th spot.
Boy, some good competition, too, off the second corner. Look at the 99 car go to the outside of Nocella. They're going to go wheel to wheel into the turn. Jeff Rocco, Donnie Lashua, they're hooked up in a battle coming off turn number 4. That's shaking out nicely down the front straightaway as the competition continues to be keen.
Certainly does. Meanwhile, bottom of the top 10, Jeff Rocco is applying some pressure to Lashaway. 32 of 80 now complete. Keith Rocco still your leader. Pennick is still running in second. Third position is Pitcat, Etheridge in fourth, and rounding out the top 5 is Anthony Nocella. Then in the 6th spot is Savory. 7th is Lashaway. 8th is Jeff Rocco. 9th is Kay, and 10th is Charlie Pastriak. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Nice run by Charlie here. Started deep in the field. Started on the back of his heat race today at his request. And right now, he's been solid. He's just rolling right along here. He's right up tight behind Johnny Kay and in front of the number 25 Connecticut car.
Look at the move that Richard Savory just made on David Etheridge. Oh, trouble out. Jeff Rocco. What a nice save.
The tire went down.
The car was moved the right front to the right rear, the right rear to the right front, and everybody shook their head and said, I don't get it. That was a tricky learn from Mario Fiore, and it worked.
And his first win came here August of 2012, and we referred 2012 as the old days.
That is correct. Hard to believe, isn't it, John? But it's great racing wherever you look throughout this one. Still the majority of the field still in the hunt for this one, and we are 6 laps shy of the halfway marker. Keith Rocco. Last win came on 7/18 in the Valente Modified Series in 2014.
Back to green they go. Rocketing off toward turn number 1. Lots of side-by-side competition as they roar off turn number 2 and head down the back straightaway. Nocella, look at Savory go to the bottom as he's going to challenge Nocella. Right up behind Woody Pitcat, and here they come, Ben.
No question about it. Richard Savory has found something between qualifying and the feature event, because that car, the color silver, looks like a silver bullet at times. Nocella back up on the wheel. But look at Savory. He's got a car that goes into turn number 3 so deep, it's unbelievable.
And look at Donnie Lashua. And look at Charlie Pastriak coming along in the number 5 car as they head off into turn number 1. Side-by-side action out of the second corner. Savory on the bottom. And he's got Nocella right ahead of him on the outside. The 52 and the 92 from up here. Almost similar.
Well, Richard Savory's got a car that has forward bite. That means that the minute that he gets on the throttle, that thing darts ahead by about half a car length. Savory is up to the 4th spot. Where did car 99 start? It started in the 12th position. Where did the 57 start? In position number 3. That's currently your leader. Pitcat still in 3rd. He's never left the podium here tonight.
Rocco has had his hands full since the early going here, since he took the top spot, Pennick right behind him through 3 and 4. To the bottom goes Rowan Pennick, making a bid down low, heading into the turn. Looks like Rowan's trying to turn it up a notch here. He moves ahead out of turn number 2. Look at Rocco fight back on the outside. Nerf bar going into turn number 3. This is a classic showdown here at Stafford Motor Speedway.
It sure is. Look at the crossover. There comes Rocco. He went from the outside to the inside. He's running in the tire tracks of Rowan Pennick, but Pennick, in command, pulls away. Don't count out Savory or Woody Pitcat or Nacella. It's not over with yet because we are just past the halfway, lap 41 down.
It's been a show, and it's going to continue to be a show. Fans, sit back and watch now as Pennick's got the top spot. He is the reigning champion of this race, trying to double it up as Rocco continues to give chase. Now it's he that is looking at the back end of a race car.
You have to wonder if Rowan Pennick was saving anything in the first 40 because like he just hit a switch. All of a sudden the car just darted ahead and he made a move around Rocco that looked like a patent-pending call in that situation. Back to the bottom of the top 10, it is Charlie Pastriak holding off the Willis machine, and behind that race car, it is the number 06 of Les Hinckley. Hinckley is also coming back to the top 10. Pitcat still isn't letting Keith Rocco change or shake him off. Savory's up to 4, Nacella for 5, Lashaway for 6, Pastriak 7, Willis for 8, Hinckley for 9. And in the 10th spot, it is Anthony Flannery. Good run for him.
Nice job, yes.
First outing. And look at Hinckley. Hinckley's on a power move.
He and Charlie Pastriak side by side working turn number 3. Sitting here looking at Pitcat solid in the number 3 position in Danny Stebbins' entry. If we were not racing here tonight, I gotta tell you, I really think that he would be in Boston Garden right now, watching the Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Woody is a huge Boston sports fan. He shows up everywhere.
Certainly does, and he loves the sport. But right now, the Stebbins machine is not looking as strong as it did a few laps ago. Leader comes up on lap traffic. Rowan Pennick makes his presence known, goes to the outside of Kobe Fournier, a lapped automobile. Meanwhile, Rocco can reel him in, and Pitcat is still waiting patiently in that 3rd spot. Savory in the comfort zone in the 4th position, and at the bottom of the top 5, Anthony Nacella.
Trouble on the back straightaway.
We've got a spin. So 48. So he came out to help Gramps, but big doings.
And he, Rookie of the Year at Claremont Speedway in New Hampshire last year.
Yep.
Dylan Rock.
Good little driver. You're going to hear a lot about him. Okay. Place your bets now in the high-stake game of poker that we all love. This time we'll call it the Valente Modified Racing Series. Roy Seidel drops to the rear of the field. Pennick and Keith Rocco. We've seen this happen many times here at Stafford.
47 laps into the books as the green flag is once again shown to the field as they work off the number 2 turn. It is still Pennick with Rocco in tow. Woody is still 3rd. Here comes the number 99, Richard Savory. Savory working the high side of turn number 4 as he goes side by side with Pitcat down the straightaway, and look at Nacella right there, Ben.
Richard Savory has a car that works. Wherever he puts that silver 99, it seems to stick. And look at Les Hinckley. You called it best, John, early in the race. Hinckley, like Todd Owen was in the SKs, he just never gives up.
He never does, and he's coming along strong one more time. He came up through early on in the event, and he's right back at it again here. Charlie Pastriak, he made that tire swap. Where is he? He's way down at the back of the field. Keep an eye on that over the remaining laps to see if he's able to progress more toward the front after making that tire swap.
David Etheridge's car suddenly has become evil. 30 circuits remaining. Trouble now, down the front straightaway. Etheridge and Dylan Kopech got locked together somehow. Maybe the Nerf bar is getting locked or the rubber is. Field is doubled back up. 50 of 80, 30 laps remaining. Valente Modified Racing Series 80-lap shootout. Woody Pitcat has been Mr. Consistency here tonight. The Stebbins crew, they had an awful season last year and struggled, no fault of their own, just a lot of mechanical things, weird little things that seemed to happen. But Woody, has brought his A game back to Stafford, and he loves this speedway. He's a master of running the half mile here.
Back to green they go.
Wow! What a power move as Woody Pitcat blasted the back bumper of Rocco's car.
Look at Hinckley.
We didn't even know where he came from. Les Hinckley is up to the top 4, and he isn't done yet.
No, he's not, as he's pressuring Pitcat on the inside. Maybe that tire swap did it all for him, as right now he is solid in the top 5. Look at the battle for the lead. Rocco is going right after Pennick on the outside in turn number 3.
Pennick digs in, back in command. Meanwhile, here comes Anthony Nacella. And what about that 25 car? Kind of an unknown Anthony Flannery from East Hampton, Connecticut. Nobody would have anticipated that he'd be this strong. 52 laps in here at Stafford on his maiden voyage here at the half mile.
Boy, that's encouraging for that young man and that race team to have him trouble again. Caution on the Speedway. We get trouble. Seidel and
Rocco is just out of the top 10 with car number 85. Ricciardi's coming back out, picking up at the rear of the field. Lights are out of the safety vehicle. We should be ready to get them fired right back up, John.
As Jeff gallops down the front straightaway here to catch up to the rest of the field, as the pace car going to be leaving the Speedway and turning it over to John Spence Jr. on the flag stand as Pennick and Rocco are ready to blast off the corner. Here they come out of the turn. Green is back over the Speedway. Back to racing we go.
Little different start than the last time that we saw, but it was all good. Good for who? It was good for Rowan Pennick. Look at Nacella.
Unbelievable. Another highly competitive Valente modified race here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Look at that pack. Look at those cars. Look at the 57 all over the back end of the number 25 car.
While that's been happening, Nacella gets up on the wheel in the outside lane. Here comes Flannery. Meanwhile, back up front, Rocco isn't about to let Pennick shake him off. As they come off turn number 4, it is still Rowan Pennick, your leader.
And if this is any kind of an indication of what this season's going to be like, seeing this kind of a race, this is opening night for this series here at Stafford Motor Speedway, and we have been treated to a very competitive event so far.
Surprise of this event has to be the driver of car number 25, Connecticut, Anthony Flannery. Flannery coming to the front of the field like the old hot knife through butter.
Look at Nocella. Down to the bottom of the back straightaway, trying to go stride for stride down to shoot in the turn number 3, but Rocco does a nice job. Here comes Anthony to the bottom. They're going to go wheel to wheel off the corner. Nocella goes to second spot.
Nacella turned the fastest lap of the race the last time by, so Anthony Nacella is not done yet. The kid moves into the second spot. Rocco has to settle back for third, and when you pass Keith Rocco here at Stafford, that is saying something. Pretty stout credentials. 57 of 80 laps now complete.
Savory and the 06 Hinckley continue to battle. They have done that off and on in this race. Savory right up behind the 06 off the corner. Mike Willis Jr.'s there. Here goes the 99 to the bottom as he moves by Les Hinckley in the third turn. Down the straightaway, it continues to be Rowan Pennick. 58 laps are on the board here for the race leader and company. Nocella trying to stay good pace with the number 25 here, not to let him get away. Rocco is in the third position. Pitcat, who has been around the third and fourth spots pretty much throughout this race, runs right in that fourth position. Whoa!
Oh, Savory. Wow, Savory just blistered by the Flannery race car, as now Richard Savory realizes that we have 20 circuits to go when they come back to the stripe. So if you were saving anything, you've got to show it now.
Indeed, that is the case here, as Rowan is checking out on the rest of the field. So far, a dominating run here for car number 25. Dominated when he needed to dominate.
And believe it or not, Rowan Pennick's car is getting faster. 19,159. Now, before the last caution, the fastest car in the racetrack was a 19,327. So shows you that Rowan Pennick was sandbagging a little bit earlier.
Well, I guess you would definitely have to label it that because he is literally running away with it now. Checking out on the rest of the field, and they got to be happy. As you pointed out, new car. Casella's going to be happy. The whole operation, Roscoe Racing out of Saugus, Massachusetts. Mully's one of the sponsors on that entry. Mully's Auto Repair. And Chevy is the power plant.
Rowan Pennick continues to string it out, and now Nacella is closing up the gap. Anthony Nacella, that's a brand new race car also, John, and that race car seems to be better on the longer runs. We've got a caution. It is for a spin now. There was a margin of about 5 car lengths between first and second before we went to caution, but that's all over with now. As Anthony Nacella is going to be teamed up on the outside. Now, what makes this interesting is this. Remember, just a couple of restarts ago, Woody Pitcat lined himself up and he literally pushed Keith Rocco back to the front of the field. Well, Rocco is going to be behind Pennick. Interestingly enough, just received some information. Keep your eyes on that Rowan Pennick machine, because he has, the story that we've been told is a brake that's locking up on the 25 car. So take a look at the left front and watch and see if you can. Yep, there it is. We can see it from our vantage point. If you're down in the midway, you can check it out at our concession stands. Here we go.
Green flag back on the Speedway. Rocco right on the back bumper of the Roscoe Racing number 25. Here goes Nacella to the outside. They're going to bid for the lead on the back straightaway as they head off into turn number 3.
Rowan Pennick drives it in deep. 21 off the pace down the back straightaway. But it is Nacella who has to tuck it back in. Good side-by-side battle going on at the bottom of the top 8 between Flannery, Les Hinckley, and Willis.
Well, I'm impressed with Flannery.
Absolutely.
He goes high that time. He bobbled a little bit in the turn number 4, but he got it back under control and continues on.
15 circuits remaining. And Rowan Pennick seems to have the field covered, but it's not over with till we get to lap 80. Nacella still running in second. Got to give a shout out to Mike Willis, because when you can hold off Les Hinckley, that's saying something, and Willis just went around Hinckley to pick up the 6th position. He decided they were going to change the number to change their luck, and I think it's working.
It certainly is. We've seen that happen before. And when we checked on that today with him, he said, no, I just simply want to do something different, see if it'll make things better for me.
Richard Savory is now closing up the gap on Keith Rocco with that 57 car. Savory's car on a long run, it seems to just get better, Jim.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Richard Savory. Now, right there, heading down the back straightaway, right there on the back end of car 57, Rocco, and the Pioneer Valley Wheel Repair, Holliston Roofing number 99 is on the move, putting pressure to the early leader.
They decided to sell their old chassis and put a brand new one together, and it's obviously working for that team as well. Another car to come out of Northeast Race Cars. 10 laps to go. 10 circuits remaining. And again, consistency is the key, and Rowan Pennick is the master and the holder of that key. Last win came a year ago tonight. Showing it was no fluke then. 9 circuits remaining. Casella still in second. Pitcat never relinquished the third spot, but we've got another yellow.
Other when in need in a particular situation like that.
Yep.
You know, they knew that the 85 team was coming down here to compete, and they did what they needed to do, the cellar operation, to help Kevin Stewart get his race car here. And it's always been like that in the sport, and it's great to see that continues after all these years.
Certainly does. 71 of 80 circuits. John Spence Jr. is ready for them. Here they come. Casella gets another shot at it in the upper groove.
And look at the number 57, Rocco, really putting the pressure. But Pennick's got a nice run off the bottom. Here comes Rocco up top. And we got trouble in turn number 2. We are going to go back to yellow.
What happened? 2 cars with the Rocco race car. Okay, lights are off at the point, 71 of 80. We've been kind of in a holding pattern for a bit, with 9 laps to go.
And 17 of the original 26 starters, or 25 starters, 17 cars still in it. As John calls them off the corner, picking up their momentum. Here's the green flag, and back to racing we go.
It is still Pennick. But all of a sudden, Woody Pitcat, and there's Richard Savory. Look at Anthony Casella. He tested the waters just a bit.
And Les Hinckley.
And here comes Savory again on the outside. As Pitcat drops off the podium for the first time tonight, and it took 72 laps to put him out of the top 3.
Casella continues to give chase as they head off the number 3 turn. Falling single file now, off the 4th corner and down the straightaway.
Look at Willis. Car number 83 with Les Hinckley. Mike Willis is up to the top 5. Gotta give a shout out to him for that move. And Keith Rocco's engine suddenly just shut off. That's the story there. When they come back to the stripe, 5 circuits. Matt Meads, number 77, is off the pace. Down to the bottom of turn number 1. Oh, let's see. No. Caution flag is out. 2. The final 6 laps. 74 up on the board. Place your bets now. What a great run that Richard Savory has had. Willis, a lot of shining stars in this one. Donnie Lashaway still moving forward. And Ronnie Williams kept digging and digging and digging, and it's paying off so far, and it's not over with yet. Here they come.
Savory goes to work on the bottom of the front straightaway, trying to steal that number 3 spot away from Pitcat. Rowan pulls away about a car length over no solid trouble midway down the back straightaway.
We've got a double situation going on.